Lazarus. The narrative of the resurrection of Lazarus is one of the most extraordinary and significant stories in the Gospels, demonstrating Jesus' power over life and death. This miracle, documented in the Gospel of John, chapter 11, not only reaffirms the divinity of Jesus, but also serves as a testimony to the hope and promise of eternal life. Below I present a detailed and comprehensive account of this miraculous event. In the 1st century of the Common Era, the region of Judea was a territory marked by political conflict and religious fervor. Under Roman rule, the Jewish population lived in constant tension, awaiting the arrival of the Messiah promised in the Hebrew Scriptures. In this scenario, Jesus of Nazareth emerged as a charismatic and controversial figure, attracting crowds with his miraculous words and acts. Lazarus, together with his sisters Martha and Mary, lived in the small village of Bethany, located about 3 kilometers from Jerusalem. The family was known for their hospitality and their deep bond with Jesus, who often visited them. This proximity made Lazarus' sudden illness a cause of great concern for his sisters and the local community. When Lazarus fell seriously ill, Martha and Mary sent an urgent message to Jesus, who was preaching in another region. The message was simple but emotionally charged. "Lord, the one you love is sick." The expectation was that Jesus, known for his miraculous cures, would immediately come to his friend's aid. Upon receiving the news, Jesus made a cryptic statement to his disciples. "This illness is not for death, but for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified through it." Instead of leaving immediately for Bethany, Jesus remained where he was for 2 more days, stating that Lazarus was just sleeping and that he would wake him up. This delay was misunderstood by his disciples and caused great anguish for Martha and Mary. After the 2 days, Jesus announced to his disciples that it was time to return to Judea, despite the personal risks due to the hostility of the local authorities. As they approached Bethany, they were greeted by Martha, who, in anguish, expressed her unshakable faith in Jesus, saying, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But I also know that now, whatever you ask of God, God will grant it to you." Jesus responded to Martha with a profound statement, "Your brother will rise again." When Martha affirmed her belief in the resurrection on the last day, Jesus declared, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, even though he were dead, will live." Then Martha called her sister Maria, who was at home, crying. Upon meeting Jesus, Mary repeated Martha's words, expressing her pain and faith. Deeply moved by the pain of the sisters and those present, Jesus asked where the body of Lazarus had been placed. Upon seeing the place, Jesus cried, demonstrating his empathy and humanity. The Jews present commented, "See how he loved him." However, some questioned, "Could he not, who opened the blind man's eyes, also prevent him from dying?" Upon reaching the tomb, a cave with a stone covering the entrance, Jesus ordered the stone to be removed. Martha, still worried, warned that Lazarus was already dead for 4 days and that the body was decomposing. Jesus reminded her of his promise. "Did I not tell you that if you believe you will see the glory of God?" With the stone removed, Jesus raised his eyes to heaven and prayed, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I know that you always hear me, but I said this because of the crowd around you, so that they may believe that you sent me." Then, in a loud voice, he cried out, "Lazarus, come out." To the astonishment of everyone present, Lazarus emerged from the tomb, still wrapped in the linen swaddling clothes that covered his body and face. Jesus then said, "Untie him and let him go." The resurrection of Lazarus not only confirmed Jesus' divine authority, but also served as a powerful testimony to his mission and purpose. The resurrection of Lazarus remains one of the most powerful and emblematic narratives in the Gospels, not only for its demonstration of power over death, but for the profound spiritual and theological meaning it carries. This event is a manifestation of divine compassion and Jesus' ability to transcend human limitations, offering a clear vision of his identity as the Son of God. The story highlights the duality of Jesus' nature. His compassion and emotion in the face of Martha and Mary's pain reveal his full humanity, while his authoritative command over death demonstrates his divinity. Jesus not only mourns the loss of a friend, but also responds with an act of supreme power, calling Lazarus back to life. This narrative shows that he is a God who is present in human tragedies, responding with love and divine intervention. Theologically, the resurrection of Lazarus serves as a precursor to the resurrection of Jesus himself, an event central to the Christian faith. By bringing Lazarus back to life, Jesus offers a glimpse of the promise of resurrection and eternal life for all who believe in him. This miracle reaffirms the belief that death is not the end, but a transition to a new existence in the presence of God. The immediate impact of Lazarus' resurrection was profound, strengthening the faith of many and intensifying the opposition of others. For those who believed, it was an indisputable testimony to the power and mission of Jesus. For religious leaders, it represented a threat to the established order, leading them to take drastic action against Jesus. This event precipitated the sequence of events that would culminate in the passion, death, and resurrection of Christ, events that would shape history and Christian faith forever. On a deeper level, the story of Lazarus is a message of hope and renewal. She reminds us that even in the most desperate circumstances, there is possibility for transformation and a new beginning. The resurrection of Lazarus is a symbol of divine ability to intervene in the human condition, offering healing, restoration, and new life. This miracle inspires faith in times of uncertainty, assuring that God's love and power are stronger than death. For contemporary Christians, the resurrection of Lazarus continues to be a source of inspiration and reflection. She challenges believers to trust in the promise of eternal life and to seek a deeper relationship with Jesus, who is the resurrection and the life. This miracle encourages a perspective of faith that sees beyond temporal difficulties, pointing to an eternal hope and certainty of redemption. The resurrection of Lazarus is more than an isolated miracle. It is a powerful statement of the nature of Jesus and his redemptive mission. It is a continual reminder that, through Christ, life triumphs over death and hope overcomes despair. This extraordinary event invites everyone to explore the depths of the Christian faith and experience the transformation that belief in Jesus can bring. Thus, the story of Lazarus, with its combination of human emotion and divine intervention, continues to inspire and challenge generations to recognize the miracle of eternal life that Jesus offers.